In this session, what I will demonstrate is how to install a specific version of Grafana on Oracle Linux 8 and lock it so that it is not upgraded automatically, with the reason that our OCI data source plugin is compatible with the up to 8 series Grafana 8, 8.x.x, any subversion, but it's not compatible. It is not supporting version 9 as of now, which is latest version of Grafana. So what we need to do is we need to set up a repository for Grafana. So we can open the file /etc/yum.repos.d grafana dot repo. So we can create any file etc yum.repos.d. The file must end with the .repo. So I'm pasting the Grafana repository. This is package.grafana OSS RPM and enabled. So this will set the Grafana repository. So let's go one by one. So first is Python 3 DNF plugin version lock. Why this plugin is required? Because I'm going to lock my Grafana version. By default, if this plugin is not there, you will not be able to lock. This lock is required so that Grafana is not upgraded automatically when you run the command yum update or DNF update command. This will install this version lock plugin, and after that you install any previous version of Grafana, because if you type simply Grafana yum install Grafana, it will download and install the latest version of Grafana, which is 9, but we need install 8.5 or any version below 9. What all versions are available, that we will see. And after this Grafana is installed, we will lock this package. This will lock. If we run DNF update on this, it will not work. So this is version lock. So you can see this Grafana version is locked. So if you run DNF update -y, Grafana will not be upgraded. Grafana will not be updated. We'll continue running this. So this is mandatory for us for the training, because our requirement is Grafana 8 due to the compatibility of available version for OCI resources monitoring. Once it is created, we are almost done. Systemctl. Yes, please. This is you can say I'm can say for sure it is for global. Why? Because it is plugin which I'm talking about is released by Oracle. So the Oracle plugin is not updated, not upgraded. It is supporting only 8.x.x. Is always behind one or two version. This time only one version behind, but 1 year back when I was delivering, it was two version behind. We had to install, like it was supporting only version 6 and we were working on version 8. Oh, so yes, because plugin, we are not managing the plugin, we are not updating the source code of the plugin, so we are using existing plugin released by Oracle for monitoring this. So even in your production, you will not be able to access it, because ultimately the plugin is same. Your development team who is working on this plugin probably can help you. You got my point? This is Oracle product. So start Grafana server, enable, and then check the status. Perfect. Our Grafana is running. Now port number 3000 is used by Grafana by default. So firewall -cmd -permanent add port 3000 TCP and reload this. Now you are ready to verify Grafana on your host machine using port number 3000. You'll be greeted by Grafana. So this is welcome to Grafana, and you can username is admin, password is admin. This is default. But when you log in for the first time, you will be asked to change the password. So you have to reset the password. So I'm resetting my password, and this is my Grafana installation. Now, team, everything, whatever you see here, these are called panels. This is the row. This row can be minimized, maximized. You see, you can edit it, you can share it, you can view, and all these things you can move around. All right, you can move around these panels, you can resize, because Grafana is all about dashboards and panels. So these are all panels, like you can the lower right corner you can drag and to reduce the size also. So Grafana is all about these panels. You can reset, move around all these panels. So Grafana will automatically adjust. It is responsive. And here you can check the help and documentation and support community edition. And after that, if you want to try something here, you see change password preferences. So if you go to preferences, you will be able to edit your profile name and email ID and everything. But our focus is not this. Our focus is something else. Our focus is dashboard. So click on create. It will show you these options like create new panel, add new row, add a panel from panel library. So like add new panel. This will create a blank random walk panel. And this is default data source. This is Grafana is monitoring itself. And this is a visualization graph of Grafana itself. Here, let's do that. One example. Stop node exporter if it is running and run the entire stack /etc/prometheus and docker compose up-d. This will launch the entire stack which we launched yesterday. CAdvisor, Redis and other containers which we're using to monitor this Redis, CAdvisor and Prometheus. Now once this is launched, we are not using a node exporter independently. We are running this node exporter inside a container. So we are downloading and running this container as well. Since the port numbers are same, Prometheus is already configured. So we don't have to make any extra. This is node exporter. And we can check Grafana, this Prometheus also, and check the targets 9090. And our Prometheus will also show you these targets. You can see node exporter is up and running. So Prometheus has the data and I will start writing the query. I can create the dashboard here and that's what I need. So create a panel. Here we can add a new panel directly without affecting this panel. So this is the new panel. Select Grafana. Okay, we need to configure the data source right now first. So go to this gear icon, click on data sources, save dashboard if you want, Oracle dashboard, save it, and then let's go and open the data sources, add a data source. Data source is Prometheus. We need to specify the IP address, that is 10 http://10.10.0.9090. The same thing, I'm just verifying 10.10.0.100:9090. Save and test. Data source is working. Go back to the dashboards. Here we have dashboards home. Oh, 1 second, dashboards, browse. So this is the dashboard which we created, Oracle dashboard. And now I can edit this dashboard. Edit. This is a very simple team. You click on this edit and go to edit and change the data source to Grafana. Oh, sorry, Prometheus, and start writing some queries. This is a JSON file for the dashboard. You can create your dashboard, export it in the form of JSON, and anybody and everybody can use that dashboard after that. So Control C. Let's import the dashboard rather than creating from scratch right now, discarding it and deleting this panel. Remove this. I don't need this. And let me import it here. We have the option of importing. Import, save it, and select the code. Oh, no, sorry. Import, save the dashboard, save it, and then this is the import. Paste the JSON file here, the content of JSON file, and load it. So you can change the ID of this dashboard if you want. If you want to make it your own ID, that is not recommended though. But if you want, if you can change it. Import, and this is monitoring your node exporter. So all this containers you can see here, network traffic on the node, and these are CPU uses per container stack, available memory on the node, and start traffic. So these are actually the panels which we will be creating, we will be editing, we will be working with this panels. Now, if I want to verify just for the purpose of exploring, how do we use? It is quite easy. I want, I will click on edit button and I will be able to manage this. So what is this panel about? If you see carefully, this is the query, Prometheus query. This is PromQ. And here if you see visualization, you can minimize the rest of the option, like you can click on this small arrow button, value, okay, gauze. So this is a gauze type of panel. So click on gauze, you can see gauze details, orientation, horizontal or auto or vertical. You can select that. Show threshold labels. So gauze settings, text size. So the text which is displayed here, you can specify. So all these panels you can see here. So based on what visualization you have selected, what style you have selected, graph style is a new name. Earlier the name was visualization. Up to version 7, it was visualization. Now it is graph style. So graph style will appear here. So style right now it is gauge, and text and standard options and data links. A lot of things will be supplied here for your changing. So similarly, if you go and edit this, click on this small arrow and edit, and then, oh, it is migration. It says the consider switching to the time series visualization type. It is more capable and performant version of this panel. Yes, if you have old style of panels which are not supported in the current version, it will display these things. That's a good thing from Grafana. So let's migrate it. It is migrated. And this is the what I was talking about, like graph style. So graph style, line graph or bar graph or points, you can select the different type of graphs. So if you want to select bar graph, stacked bar, or what kind of graph, opacity or hue or this, a lot of things are available. Choice is yours. So that is your creativity. If you are good creative, you know what kind of style you want. So earlier name was visualization, now it is graph styles, axis, standard options and all that. So apply and save it. Similarly, network traffic. So go and edit this and then migrate this also, and this is migrated now. So based on migration you can choose what graph you want, line graph, what kind of line graph you want, and this styles. So basically this is a bar or points, you can select what you want. So the style of the graph. So this is recommending that yes, you can migrate them and then apply. So you can play with this the styles and everything. That will give you the possibilities, because old styles will be uh, not available, and they will be supported as long as you have them, and but it will recommend them to you to migrate, and that's what the release note says. So this way you are monitoring your containers through node advisor, and we are using a Grafana dashboard available. So to prepare for the next lab, you need to stop all. Let me demonstrate directly, in fact. Docker container stop. This will stop all the containers. And then Docker RM. This will remove all the containers. Then Docker RMI, remove all the images. So you type Docker images. So pass all the images. It will remove all the container, remove all the images. This is complete cleanup done. No C advisor left, no container left, all the images, and finally Docker system prune. That will clean all dangling images or anything which is dead containers. Demonstration on installing Grafana on Oracle Linux 8. So let's go through the session as well now. Getting started with Grafana, installation on Oracle Linux, installation using Docker, and Grafana on Windows. What is Grafana? Yes, tell me, sir. Tell me. Yeah, sure. Yes, sir. Yeah. No reason. You can very well do that with the independent also. It just that because my previous setup, existing setup was with C advisor and containers, everything was running in container. So I had more options for containers. So I thought let me run Node Advisor, Node Explorer also as a container, and there was a dashboard available. Definitely there is no region for it. If you stop all the containers, I have configured node exporter, I have the queries, so I'll simply write my queries. I can create my dashboard from the scratch. So my Prometheus is already installed, my node exporter is installed, my Grafana is ready, so I can create the dashboard using all these queries from scratch for my node exporter. Definitely there is no reason, just that my setup was ready and I wanted to show you more beautiful dashboard panels, to be honest. Nothing more special, no technical reason. Thank you. Grafana is open source visualization and analytics software. It allows you to query, visualize, alert on, and explore. Wow. It allows you to query your data sources, visualize, alert on, and explore your metrics no matter where they are stored. Why no matter where they are stored? Because community is working very hard to integrate all type of data sources with Grafana. We'll be creating in fact, to be honest, in the morning itself I decided to add one more lab assignment till evening. Let me confess, till evening there were 3 lab assignments. I added one extra lab in the morning after testing it, and that is for MySQL installation of MySQL. A ready script I created, the script is shared with you. Then creating my dashboard, a database and a table, and directly exploring the data directly from a table which we will be populated by stored procedure is created. You'll be able to run those queries also, and independent of that, I also created a data source plugin for MySQL, sorry, exporter for MySQL exporter, and that exporter will make the data available and will be monitoring MySQL through Grafana using that MySQL exporter. So I added one extra lab today for the practice so that you get maximum out of this training. For example, if you want to view weather data and statistics about your smart home, then you might create a playlist. Explore metrics and logs through ad hoc queries and dynamic drill down. You can write beautiful queries of your dream. Alerts, get alerts through alert notifiers including SMS, email or Slack. Annotations, annotate graphs with rich events from different data sources. Import dashboards and plugins, discover hundreds of dashboards and plugins in the official library. Authentication, supports LDAP and oAuth and allows you to map users to organizations. And with Grafana Enterprise, that is a proprietary version, paid version, you can also map users to teams. Provisioning, power users in need of many dashboards would want to automate the setup of script with a script. You can script anything in Grafana. Grafana Cloud is a ready high availability monitoring system available for your resources. It's a highly available, fast, fully managed, open software as a service logging and metrics platform. Grafana Enterprise is commercial edition of Grafana. Install Grafana on Ubuntu. If you are using Ubuntu, then you can install Grafana from using official repository by downloading the deb file or by downloading the binary .tar.gz file. To install the latest open source software release, you can use apt-get install apt transport https, then apt-get install software properties common wget, and then set up the repository. First set up the key and then set up the repository. Deb http s package grafana oss deb stable main, and then send it to apt etc apt sources.list.d grafana.list. So this will set up the repository the way we set up yum repository on CentOS. This will set up the repository on Ubuntu. Once it is done, you can simply install Grafana after update, that is apt-get install Grafana. Start the server. Rest of the commands are same as if CentOS 7 or Oracle CentOS Linux, CentOS 8, Oracle Linux 8 or RHEL 8. Same command. systemctl enable Grafana servers.service. This will enable it. Installing Grafana on CentOS or Oracle Linux. To install from yum repository, add a file to your repo. That is the file. This is the file which I demonstrated, etc yum.repo.d grafana.repo. Name Grafana, base URL, repository details. After this is done, you can simply install Grafana, yum dnf install Grafana or yum install Grafana. Start the server with systemd, same set of commands, the way we used in Ubuntu. Systemctl daemon reload, start and enable, and check the status. However, we are using old version, so to install old version of Grafana, you can use this command like dnf install Grafana specific version. And to lock the Grafana package so that it's not upgraded automatically, then you have to use version lock. So dnf version lock Grafana, of course version lock must be installed. So how to check? You can use dnf what provides version lock. So if you try dnf what provides version lock, that will give you the name of the package version lock. And then once you find the package what provide, you can install that. After installing, you can run the same command again, because by default you may not find version lock and installed on your system. However, in the lab assignment, installation is already given for you. Install binary. This is the details which files are placed where. As usual, I always recommend that you need to find out which files are placed where in which directory. So install binary to user bin Grafana server. Startup services to this user lib systemd system. This is the default location, Unix default location for any systemd units. And then install default file, that is environment variables into etc sysconfig Grafana server. Copies configuration file to etc grafana.ini. That's an interesting file though. I would like to demonstrate it after this session is over quickly. Please remind, I'm going to show you this file. Very interesting file, grafana.ini. Install systemd service named as grafana-server.service using a log file at varlog grafana.log to check the logs. And default Grafana configuration specify SQLite 3 database located at varlib grafana.db. Running Grafana from Docker image. You can install and run Grafana using official Docker image. It comes in two variants, Alpine and Ubuntu. Alpine image is Grafana/Grafana and colon followed by tag name. This is the default image based on Alpine Linux project. Run the latest stable version of Grafana. So you can simply use docker run Grafana in detached mode, port mapping 3000 mapped to 3000, Grafana account, Grafana image. Run a specific version of Grafana, docker run detached mode, port mapping, name and Grafana and followed by tag name and the Grafana version which you want to run. So as an example, 7.3.4. Installing on Windows. You can either download the Windows installer package or a standalone Windows binary file. Navigate to the download page of grafana.com located at this URL, grafana.com, Grafana download PG is get, and this is the complete URL actually I got from the page, because I visited this page yesterday and I updated this link. Earlier link was slightly different, but after upgrade the link has changed. Select Grafana version you want to install. The most recent version is selected by default. Select the edition, enterprise or open source and click on Windows. And this is a screenshot I changed yesterday. This was released in September 13 only. So Grafana 9.1.5. We are sitting on 15. So see the release cycle. It was released 2 days back and you can download it. So you can download it for Linux or Windows or Mac or Docker or ARM. So and whatever you select, it will show you the list of commands also how you are going to install this. So after that you launch the installer, quite straightforward. Open and run the installer. This is sequence of running the installer. It is straightforward. Next. So once you have installed Grafana, open your browser and visit port number 3000 on your machine or the IP address of your host machine if you have host only adapter configured. That's all for this session. Thank you very much, team.